Okay, we are now going to learn how to make Excel do some math for us. So we're going to open this file, and then you see it says add these numbers to find the sum. And how you're going to do that is you're not going to add the numbers, you're going to add the cells. And that's a very important thing to get straight in your mind, that we're not adding the numbers at all, we're adding the cells. Okay, so we're going to start out with, we are now going to learn how to make Excel do some math for us. So we're going to start out with addition, and you see 10 problems here, and you could do this in your head pretty quick, but you couldn't really do this in your head. You might need to write that down and get a pencil. So the thing about having Excel do any math for you is that you don't care what the numbers are. You're not going to add these numbers up, you're going to add these cells up. So you're not going to add 4, 1, 5, 2, and 3. You're going to add B2 and B3 and B4 and B5 and B6. You're going to put the answer right there. Okay, so you really don't care what the numbers are. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to click where we want the answer to go, down here in B7, and then up here next to the FX. See this FX? We're not going to actually click on that. We're just going to click next to it in this box, and we're going to write out a formula that says add all that stuff up. So we're going to start with an equal sign, because this is going to be an equation actually. So we're going to write, we want B7 to equal, and then we're going to write, well, we want it to equal B2 because this cell right here is B2, so we're going to type B2 and then a plus sign, and then we want it to add B3, so we're going to put B3 plus, and we're just going to keep stringing this along. B4 plus B5 plus B6, and that's all we want. We don't want to include B7 because that's where we're putting the answer. We're going to hit enter, and it's 15. Okay, so we're going to do that again. We want the answer to go there, so we're going to click right there. We're going to click up here in your formula box, and we're going to write an equation. So start with an equal sign, and we're not going to write B2 because that's this cell. We want this column now, so we're going to write D2 plus D3 plus D4 plus D5 plus D6. Hit enter, and apparently that all equals 29. Okay, so that's how you can make Excel add a bunch of numbers. You're not going to add the numbers, you're going to add the cells. Here's one other thing for you to kind of think about. Another way to do that a little bit faster is click where you want the answer. Again, we're writing an equation, so click up there next to your FX and write equals. Now instead of typing F2, you can actually click and then look, it put F2 there. So if you want to go click on the F2 plus F3 plus F4 plus F5 plus F6. Don't put another plus sign at the end of that. Be careful. Hit enter, and it's going to add it up for you. Okay? So, and now when I go back and grade it, I realize that you could probably remember, okay, that one's 15 and that one's 25 and that one's 135, but I don't care what the answer is so much as I care that you got the right equation. So when I go back and grade this, I'm not going to look and see whether you have a 135 there. I'm going to click on it, then I'm going to grade this equation. Did you write the correct equation? Do you understand how it is we're going to do this? Okay, so that's what these 10 problems are. I don't care whether you type it in F2 plus F3 F plus F4, or whether you just click in the F2 cell and type a plus sign and click in the F3 cell. I don't care which way you do that. Okay, so you're going to do those 10 are addition, either way that you want to do it. Okay, then we're going to come down here to, it says write an equation that uses subtraction to figure out how much money you have after you purchase a new video game. Okay, so we're going to have starting balance. A balance is how much money you have. So we're going to make believe that you have $72.56 and your video game is $39.99. So obviously you're going to click right here in C22. You say I want that to be my answer. And it's basically the same as how you did the addition, except you won't do a plus sign. So we're going to go up there, we're going to click in the box next to the FX, type equals, because this is going to be an equation. And we're going to type the cells that'll tell us how much we started with minus how much we spent. So how much we started with is right here in C20. Now don't do a plus sign because that would be addition. We're going to do a subtraction sign, which is next to the plus sign on your keyboard. And we're going to subtract, we're not going to subtract $39.99, we're going to subtract C21. Okay, because that's where our amount is. Notice that it put the formula right there, the equation. Hit enter. It's going to tell you how much money you have left over. Again, you could probably remember that the answer is $32.57. You're not getting any points for that. I'm going to click on that and then look up here and see if you wrote the right equation. Okay, save this as your last name. Add, subtract, preview. Save it as your last name, add, subtract, preview, and then drag it into the folder.